Hey y'all, I hope everybody's doing good. I thought I would do a video of me and Paul hunting. We did have a little bit of activity. No, I didn't take the recorder. I actually forgot it. But you know, when we went out there, you know, it was pitch black dark. And we got in the stand, and we hadn't been in there very long. And we could hear like some type of crashing, limbs crashing. And then right after that, we heard some type of a vocal. It sounded similar to a whoop, but it wasn't exactly. And you know, but that's really the only thing that I can say that happened then. And I've got some good footage that I'm going to share with y'all of the deer that I filmed. And you know, there was some bucks. I didn't want to harvest one of them because they were young. They had, you know, decent racks, but they were young. So I just filmed them for y'all. And you know, it was really cool just to sit and watch them. They're so beautiful. So I'm going to share that with y'all. But then when we get back to the house, Paul had his truck down at the shop, you know, and he was getting ready to leave. And I had walked out of the house and was standing at the end of the driveway waiting on him, so that way when he come by, because I was wanting to tell him something else. And as I was standing there waiting, y'all, I heard in the woods behind the house sound like two rock clacks, you know, like clack, clack. And then it wasn't 5 or 10 seconds went by. Then there was two knocks in the opposite direction of that. And they weren't hard knocks, like, you know, like a power knock, but I mean, you can tell they were knocks. And it was like knock, knock, you know. And I was like, okay. But I've done a little video to give y'all an idea as to where I heard this at, and I'll throw this in here, you know, in this video. But you know, that's about it. We got some bad storms headed in. I hope I don't lose electricity. And the tracks that we casted yesterday, I hope that they, you know, that they turn out, because we had to leave them. And it's going to be probably a week, you know, like I said, before we can get back out there. But I'm anxious to see, you know, if it picked up any detail. And there was one track that you could see the toes better, but it was kind of like on a little rounded area, and there was no way to really cast it. Or at least you know, so we casted the two that, you know, were on flat ground. And the stride, like I said yesterday, was 6 of Paul's steps, so about 6 foot. So maybe it was running, I don't know. Because, you know, the tracks itself weren't just super big. But, you know, just kind of interesting, you know, especially the stride. And then, you know, after that third print, you know, I went and I looked at, and I couldn't see anymore, as, you know, it could have went a completely different direction. Now I kind of walked up and down the front of the, you know, the edge of the river there. I never seen anything else. But anyways, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here and show y'all the deer. And also I filmed some turkey too. It was 6 gobblers. So anyways, you know, if y'all liked to watch wildlife, then, you know, you should enjoy this. Getting ready to head out hunting, and Paul already forgot something, so he forgot snacks. Okay, fixing to walk over, and it's pitch black. I can't believe I used to do this alone. So here we go. Okay, we've already heard some crashing in the woods and some type of a howl. When Paul was getting ready to leave, I walked out here. He was pulling his truck up from the shop, and I had him stop right here. But as I was standing here waiting on him, from up in there, and of course you can see how thick it is, I heard what sounded like 2 rock clacks, and it was fairly close. I would say, less than 100 yards, way less than 100 yards, because I heard it plainly. And then about 5 seconds went by, and then I heard what sounded like 2 knocks, but they were light knocks. They weren't like power knocks. Come from over there. So, just wanted to give y'all a kind of a visual there. That way y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun just watching the, all the nature and the deer and the turkeys. It's just beautiful to just be able to sit there and watch them. But anyways, y'all, I'm gonna get off here, and just remember to pray for all the people that's in these storms. They should be here later on. Paul and our son are actually driving towards these storms. He's supposed to be calling me and letting me know how they're doing. I haven't heard from him. So keep them in your prayers, and just, remember to pray for each other, pray for all the sick and the hurting, and pray for our country and the world. We need a lot of help, y'all. But anyways, I love and appreciate y'all very much. I hope y'all have a wonderful week. Please be safe, and I hope the good Lord blesses everyone.